The idea was to bring in a bit of academic rigor while looking at India's neighborhood. Like when we took up India's economic relation with Indonesia, we went beyond the newspaper headlines to go into actual tariff lines as an example. The idea is to bring together the young and the not so young to guide the young to work hard, and to start looking at things with all its granular details. Because it's easy to come to conclusions based on very simplistic readings. It's not always the most helpful. And economic engagement is one such thing where, as somebody who studied a bit of economics, one finds that the dialogue, the narratives being plotted around are not very robust. We always talk about trade deficit as an example, as something very bad. It's not such a simple thing. I always explain trade deficit or imports and exports. Exports are good, imports are bad. That is a standard line every day. It's like saying that your income is very good, which obviously it is very good. We can't blame it. But is my expenditure on food, my rent, my medical expenses, my entertainment, my children, is it bad? No, it's not bad. It's required. I'm earning money precisely for that. So you're earning money in export so that you're able to import. That's one reading of it. The other reading, of course, is that if you look at the way economies have developed and the way value chains have developed, imports play a very important part in your exports. If India was not importing raw stones from Africa, India would not be such a large exporter of gems and jewelries. Or the fact that the Indians, businessmen, can import raw cashew nuts from Mozambique, process it in India and sell it to the world at a price cheaper than the Mozambicans can do it in Mozambique itself. So trade is a very complex, is an example, as is investment and as is other aspects. So therefore we thought that while looking at India's neighborhood, we need to develop this kind of nuanced understanding. It definitely helps policy making then. Otherwise policymakers themselves go by newspaper headlines. And that is not a very good development. So we did the first one on Indonesia, excellent one. Then we did one on China, and then we realized that China is so humongous that just having one dialogue with 6 people speaking on China is simply not enough. There is so much to China. And the more we looked at China, the more we realized there's so many other things and aspects. So today we have another panel of outstanding speakers looking at the whole range of issues on China's external engagement. The broader range and the very specific ones also. We have this inaugural session where we have 2 outstanding speakers. We'll follow it up by 2 working